Gentlemen, let me ask you something very simple. When you woke up this morning and looked in the mirror, did you feel fully charged? Or did you see a man who looked just a little more drained than he used to? Maybe your eyes felt heavy, your energy was low, and even though you slept, you didn't feel rested. Now, here's the real question. What if the missing piece of your energy, your confidence, and even your performance had nothing to do with your testosterone levels, your age, or your workout routine, but came down to one ordinary thing? Water. I know what you might be thinking. Really, Doc? Water? We've all been told to drink more of it since grade school. But here's the surprising truth. Most men over 50 are drinking water the wrong way. Wrong timing, wrong amounts, and sometimes even the wrong type. And those small mistakes quietly drain your circulation, your stamina, and yes, even your performance. I'm Dr. Sophia Jain. I've spent over 2 decades working with men across the US, helping them rebuild their vitality, improve their circulation, and feel younger in both energy and confidence. And one of the most overlooked culprits I see is poor hydration. Men blame aging, they blame stress, they blame hormones, but very often the first domino that falls is dehydration. Think about it this way. An erection is, at its core, a hydraulic event. Like a garden hose that needs strong water pressure to stay firm, your body needs adequate blood volume to push into erectile tissue and hold it there. And since blood itself is over 90% water, being even slightly dehydrated lowers that volume. Less volume means weaker circulation. Weaker circulation means weaker pressure where you want it most. Now, here's something most men don't realize. Thirst is a late signal. By the time you actually feel thirsty, your body is already behind. Your blood has thickened, your energy is slipping, and your brain has shifted into survival mode. The organs that get first priority are your heart and your brain. Unfortunately, your performance comes dead last. But here's the good news. This is one of the easiest things to fix. And when you do, improvements can show up faster than you'd imagine. I've seen men in their 50s, 60s, even 70s notice stronger mornings, sharper focus, and a whole new level of confidence just by changing how and when they hydrate. So before you write off your struggles as just aging, I want to walk you through the common hydration mistakes that hold men back. And then I'll show you a strategy to rebuild energy and circulation starting tomorrow morning. Let's begin with the first big mistake, and it usually happens before breakfast. A lot of men start their day with coffee, tea, or sometimes nothing at all. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to take your coffee away. I enjoy mine too. But here's the reality. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body has gone without fluids all night. You've been breathing out moisture, sweating lightly, and filtering waste through your kidneys. By morning, you're already in a mild dehydration state. And then what happens? You pour that first steaming mug of coffee. Yes, it wakes you up. Yes, it sharpens your mind. But coffee is also a mild diuretic. It makes your body push water out instead of bringing it back in. So by the time you finish that first cup, your circulation is starting the day at a disadvantage. And it's not just about losing water. Coffee also raises cortisol, your stress hormone. Elevated cortisol constricts blood vessels, slows circulation, and directly works against testosterone. So while coffee feels like a jolt of energy, behind the scenes, it's quietly draining the very system that supports your vitality. That's mistake number 1. Skipping the water your body desperately needs first thing in the morning. Mistake number 2. Saving most of your water for the evening. I see this all the time. Men get busy during the day, they hardly sip anything, and then suddenly at dinner or after, they guzzle down 2 or 3 glasses trying to catch up. The body doesn't thrive on this desert and flood cycle. When you're dehydrated all day, your blood is thicker, your energy drops, and your circulation slows. And then when you finally flood yourself at night, your bladder fills up and your sleep gets interrupted with multiple bathroom trips. Instead of helping, it backfires. Mistake number 3, the last-minute rush. Some men think, okay, I'm about to exercise or be intimate. Let me slam down a few glasses right now for better blood flow. But what happens instead? You feel bloated, your electrolytes get diluted, and you're distracted by the pressure in your bladder. I had a patient, let's call him Robert, who swore by drinking 2 huge glasses before intimacy. He thought he was priming in circulation. What he really got was interruptions and frustration. Once we shifted him to a consistent hydration routine earlier in the day, his focus and confidence returned almost immediately. And then there's mistake number 4, relying only on thirst. This one is huge. If you're waiting until you feel thirsty to drink, you're already behind. For younger men, the body can sometimes tolerate that. But after 50, your kidneys don't conserve water as well. Your blood vessels aren't as flexible, and the impact of dehydration shows up quickly. Fatigue sets in faster, recovery takes longer, and erections become less dependable. Research shows that being just 2% dehydrated can reduce brain performance by up to 30%. That means slower focus, lower motivation, and weaker drive. Imagine trying to run a car with a battery that's only half charged. You can still drive it, but it sputters and struggles. That's what dehydration does to your body. So let me pause here and ask you, which of these mistakes sounds most familiar to you? Are you the coffee first guy, the all-evening drinker, or the man who just waits for thirst to kick in? Think about it honestly, because awareness is the first step. The encouraging part is that these mistakes are simple to correct, and the difference, once you make those corrections, can often be felt within days. In the next part, I'll show you the short-term strategies my patients use to rebuild energy and circulation, starting with one simple morning ritual that acts like a reset button for your entire system. But before we go there, I want you to picture this. Tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for coffee first, imagine starting with exactly what your body has been craving all night: a tall glass of water. Clear, refreshing, and restoring your circulation instantly. That one choice could set the tone for your entire day. Gentlemen, now that we've uncovered the common hydration mistakes, it's time to fix them. And the best part? These changes are simple, free, and almost immediate. No fancy gadgets, no expensive supplements, no complicated routines, just timing, consistency, and a few smart habits. Let's start with the most powerful morning ritual I give my patients, the water reset. Within 20 minutes of waking up, drink a full glass of water, about 12 to 14 ounces. Not coffee, not tea, water. Your body has gone 7 to 8 hours without fluids, and during sleep, you've lost water through breathing, light sweating, and filtering waste. That first glass replenishes your blood volume, wakes up your circulation, and primes your system for energy. Here's something most men overlook. Drink it slowly and mindfully. Feel the cool water slide down your throat. Notice your pulse wake up. Picture every cell getting refreshed. This isn't just hydration, it's a gentle wake-up call for your entire body. For an extra boost, add a pinch of mineral-rich salt and a squeeze of lemon. The minerals support nerves and muscles, and the vitamin C in lemon protects nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Small tweak, but the effect is noticeable. Now, hydration doesn't stop with the morning ritual. Many men either chug water all at once or wait until evening. Neither works. That's why I teach steady sipping. Think of your body like a garden hose. Flow should be steady, not off for hours and then blast it all at once. Aim for half a glass every 45 to 60 minutes throughout the day. This keeps blood volume stable, circulation efficient, and energy even. Here's a quick practical tip. Keep a water bottle at your desk, in the car, and by your bedside. Set a reminder on your phone every hour. Slowly, sipping regularly becomes a habit, and you'll feel the difference almost immediately. Let's talk about the afternoon slump, that 2 to 4 p.m. fog when your eyes droop, your brain feels heavy, and coffee suddenly feels like the only lifeline. Often that slump isn't a lack of energy, it's dehydration. Your blood volume dips, circulation slows, and your brain signals fatigue. Try a glass of water before reaching for caffeine or sugar. Many men are shocked at how effective it is. Energy lifts, focus sharpens, and afternoon performance improves, all without the crash. One of my patients, David, 58, used to dread the afternoons. By 3 p.m., he'd feel drained and unfocused. Evenings were no better, low energy and weaker performance. Once he adopted the morning water reset plus steady sipping routine, everything changed. Within 2 weeks, he reported steadier energy, sharper focus, and a surprising boost in confidence by night. Even his wife noticed. This is not magic, it's simple science applied consistently. And here's another important point. Hydration supports every system in your body. Water carries oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to your tissues, removes waste products, regulates blood pressure and temperature, and even affects your mood. Steady hydration ensures your brain, heart, and muscles work efficiently, giving you energy and performance when you need it most. Now, if you're planning activity, exercise, a walk, or intimacy, don't rely on last-minute gulps. Give your body at least 45 minutes after your last glass to process the water. That prevents bloating, a full bladder, or distraction while keeping circulation optimal. Think of it as priming your engine well before the race starts. Another small but effective trick, hydrate around meals. Moderate water intake before or during meals helps digestion, smooths blood flow, and supports nutrient delivery without discomfort. Balance, not extremes, is the key. Let's make this actionable. Here's your short-term plan starting tomorrow. 1. Morning reset. Drink a tall glass of water within 20 minutes of waking. Optional, pinch of salt plus lemon. 2. Steady sipping. Half a glass every 45 to 60 minutes throughout the day. 3. Afternoon slump fix. Drink water first before coffee or sugar. 4. Timing for activity. Last glass at least 45 minutes before workouts or intimacy. 5. Meal hydration. Small sips before or during meals for optimal digestion and circulation. Do this consistently, and within a week, you'll notice smoother energy, better focus, faster recovery, and more reliable performance. Small steps, but the effects are real and tangible. And here's the key insight. These are just short-term wins. Hydration is the foundation, but lasting vitality comes when you combine it with the right foods, regular movement, good sleep, and stress management. That's where your energy, circulation, and confidence multiply. So you're not just getting quick fixes, you're building a system that keeps you strong well into your 60s and beyond. So stick with me. In the next section, we'll bring it all together. I'll show you the long-term strategy, share inspiring patient stories, and give you the motivational push to reclaim your energy, circulation, and confidence. Gentlemen, welcome to the final chapter of this journey. Up until now, we've uncovered the hidden mistakes that quietly drain a man's vitality, and we've walked through the simple fixes that can bring back energy in just days. But here's the real truth. If you want more than just quick sparks, if you want lasting vitality, steady confidence, and real staying power, you have to go beyond short-term habits. You need a lifestyle where hydration is not just an afterthought, but the anchor that supports everything else you do. Think of it this way. Water is not just a drink, it's the river that carries oxygen, nutrients, and life through every single cell in your body. And when you combine that river with the right foods, the right movement, the right sleep, and the right mindset, that's when true transformation happens. But water alone isn't enough. Your body also needs the right fuel. Your body is a high-performance engine. Hydration is the oil that keeps it running smoothly. But you still need the right fuel. And not just any fuel, the kind that strengthens circulation, protects your arteries, and boosts nitric oxide, the molecule that makes strong blood flow possible. That's why foods like beets, spinach, blueberries, and salmon are so powerful. I often tell my patients, don't overthink it, just add one circulation-friendly food to every meal. A handful of spinach in your omelet, a side of roasted beets at dinner, a few blueberries sprinkled over yogurt. These little upgrades carried by hydration completely change how your blood vessels behave. And here's the best part. Eating this way isn't just about health, it's about joy. A colorful plate excites your eyes, wakes up your senses, and makes every meal feel like an investment in your future confidence. Fuel without flow is wasted. That's why movement is key. You don't need to run marathons or live at the gym. What really matters is consistency. A simple 20-minute brisk walk done every day will do more for your circulation and performance than occasional bursts of extreme exercise. But here's the difference hydration makes. Without it, even that walk feels like a chore. Muscles cramp, fatigue sets in quickly, recovery takes longer. With steady hydration, the same walk feels light, your stride has bounce, and your body rewards you with more energy than you spent. Picture it clearly. One man skips water, drags himself through a walk, and comes home wiped out. Another man hydrates properly, moves with ease, and comes home energized, smiling. Same walk, two completely different outcomes. But even fuel and flow fall apart without deep nightly repair. Sleep is where your body resets. It's where hormones like testosterone are rebuilt. It's where your brain clears out waste and your muscles repair. But too many men sabotage their sleep without realizing it. They drink most of their water late in the evening, wake up multiple times to use the bathroom, and then wonder why they wake up tired and sluggish. The fix is simple. Hydrate steadily during the day, but taper in the evening. That way, you give your body what it needs without breaking your rest. The result? Deeper sleep, stronger morning energy, and the kind of natural recovery that builds confidence overnight. And there's one last hidden thief: stress, the silent saboteur. Stress is the invisible weight that presses down on men over 60. High cortisol steals your energy, your focus, and even your drive, and dehydration only makes it worse. Without enough water, cortisol rises, your mood drops, and your patience disappear. But with proper hydration, stress is easier to manage. Pair it with a few minutes of deep breathing or meditation, and you've built a natural shield against life's pressures. One of my patients, Daniel, age 65, walked into my office looking defeated. His energy was fading, his evenings were frustrating, and his confidence was slipping away. He told me he felt like his best years were already behind him. But instead of piling on medications, we started simple: steady hydration, circulation-friendly foods, a 20-minute walk each day, smarter sleep habits. 3 weeks later, Daniel came back a different man. His mornings were sharper, his focus had returned, his wife had noticed the difference. And with a smile, he told me, "Dr. Jain, I feel like I've gone from living in black and white back to living in color." That's the power of small, steady changes. Not overnight miracles, but daily victories that add up until you suddenly feel like yourself again, only stronger, sharper, and more alive than you've been in years. Let me leave you with a mental picture. Imagine two men, both in their 60s, both starting their day. The first man rolls out of bed, skips water, downs coffee, and pushes through on fumes. By mid-afternoon, he's yawning, foggy, and irritable. By evening, he has nothing left for his wife, his family, or himself. The second man wakes up, drinks a tall glass of water, sips steadily all day, eats foods that support his circulation, takes a short walk, and respects his sleep. By evening, he's still sharp, still energized, still present. He has fuel in the tank. He's confident with his partner, proud of his choices, and fully alive. Now the question is simple. Which man do you want to be? Over the years, I've given my patients one simple game plan, a system so easy anyone can follow it, and so powerful it rebuilds confidence step by step. Here's the roadmap. 1. Start every morning with a tall glass of water, your daily reset button. 2. Sip steadily all day, half a glass every hour. 3. Add one circulation-friendly food to every meal. 4. Move daily. Walk, stretch, or light exercise. 5. Hydrate smartly so your sleep stays deep and restorative. 6. Protect yourself from stress with water and simple breathing. That's it. 6 steps. Simple, repeatable, powerful. So here's my challenge to you. Try this for just 1 week. Tomorrow morning, start with that glass of water. Sip throughout the day. Add one healthy food. Take a walk. Protect your sleep. Then after 7 days, ask yourself, do I have more steady energy? Fewer crashes in the afternoon? Stronger mornings? A sharper mind? A lighter mood? If you commit, you'll feel the difference. Because the men who say yes, the men who take action, are the ones who reclaim their strength. Gentlemen, your best years are not behind you. They are right in front of you, waiting for you to step forward and claim them. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent choices. Hydration may look simple, but it is the foundation on which energy, circulation, and performance are built. Take control. Start small, build momentum, and watch as your vitality, clarity, and confidence return, glass by glass, day by day. Because in the end, age doesn't decide your strength. Your choices do. And with the right choices, you can feel like yourself again, only stronger, sharper, and more alive than you've been in years.